Have a look at this. An experienced skydiver has come within seconds of catastrophe after his reserve parachute deployed while jumping out of a plane. Heart-stopping footage shows the man getting snagged on the aircraft's rear wing, 15,000 feet in the air. Thankfully, his quick thinking allowed him to free himself and touch down safely on solid ground. For more, we're joined by Angus Mitchell, Chief Commissioner at the Australian Transport Safety Bureau. Thanks for joining us this morning. First off, what went wrong here?
Well, a lot of things went right. So certainly it is very dramatic footage. And what's happened here is the parachutist has exited the aircraft, hanging onto the structure there. He's managed to catch the deployment handle of the reserve chute on the wing. Now that's deployed the chute and it's dragged him out into about, I guess it's around about 160 kilometre/hour slipstream. And as you can see from that footage there, his chute's got caught up with the horizontal stabiliser. He's damaged that stabiliser as his legs have smacked into it. Managed to free himself after about 50 seconds, but then has had to deal with the remnants of his reserve chute getting caught up with his main chute in order to land safely. So a lot of things went right, primarily through his actions, but a lot more could have gone wrong. Yeah,
just take us through the cool thinking, obviously, of the skydiver himself, but also the pilot who was considering having to jump out of this plane based on the damage potentially to that rear wing, but also had time to put a mayday call in as well.
Yeah, you're right. Well, two individuals did quite a remarkable job. Firstly, as you mentioned, the parachutist to cut himself free from 11 lines and not to cut any of those critical lines for his main chute that had to be deployed. But also the pilot. The pilot dealt with one, we had the other 13 parachutists had to get out. Initially, he thought the aircraft had entered into a stall condition, and it wasn't until he'd realised and he'd been told that someone was caught up in the stabiliser. He's then had to fight the plane, really, because of the damage that was done to that forward trim mechanism in order to land safely. So he's done a remarkable job as well. And as you mentioned, was getting ready and contemplating having to bail out as well, but has successfully landed the plane. And, as I say, a safe outcome, but certainly some lessons to take heed of for both parachutists and for those who that fly these types of planes.
100%. Angus, we'll get you back on to talk about whether or not protocols need to be reviewed here. Thanks for your time this morning.